Well, I first started growing vegetables in my classroom about 4 or 5 years ago. Travis Sparks and I wanted to just start doing this with the students, and we didn't know anything about it, and basically said, let's just go ahead and try to do this. And we worked with G Farms a little bit and learned about what we can plant inside and what would survive, and how to get the students involved with germination and teaching them about germination. And so at one point we had quite a few plants, so our idea was, what if we were to build a greenhouse? And our biggest concern was for it to not become a storage unit. We wanted to make sure that there were always plants in it. 5 Healthy Towns donated over $10,000 to help bring this alive, and our PTO, they also donated about $10,000. Lowe's donated $5,000, and then numerous $1,000 and $2,000 gifts from the Lions Club. So it truly was like a whole community effort to make this come about. One of the biggest blessings that happened is when Merlin gave me a phone call and said he had some plants. I went and visited him out at his house. He taught me a lot just in that 1 hour of time with him out there, and he said, hey, would you be interested in having some of these plants out at the greenhouse? And I said, yeah, but do you come along with it? And so we started talking, and he agreed to come in here, and I thought it was going to be about an hour a week, and sometimes now he comes here before I'm here and leaves after I leave.
Well, the greenhouse happened because I've been too successful at raising plants, and I was running out of space, and I'm a member of the Lions organization, Stockbridge Lions, and one of the ladies there said, well, we contributed to the greenhouse, and Mr. Nichols should probably be the one to contact. So I contacted Mr. Nichols, and lo and behold, he had room in his greenhouse for plants. So I brought, at the time I only had about 200 different house plants, and the understanding agreement was that because I have to take care of them, I have to be here on a regular basis. So while I'm here, I would invite any of the students to come, and we'll talk about, like as we were doing earlier, what the plant is and how it propagates, and what care it needs, and it isn't really on an agenda. It's more on what it is that we need to do because of, as we looked at the spider plant, which was root bound, and it really needed a bigger pot. So now it has a bigger pot. Pot. Starting to come out. Look at that. It has way too much root, and it's dried up, and it's not going to do any good. This is called root bound. So what I do is, normally I just cut the root this way so that it can start over, but this one is so root bound, I'm actually going to cut off part of this. Most people say I don't have a green thumb. Well, I don't either. In fact, they get dirty once in a while because I transplant plants. And it's nothing to be afraid of, and hopefully they'll feel that they're capable and successful at taking a plant and making it do what they want it to do: grow, flower, bloom. These are cactus that came from my great-grandmother. She gave it to my grandmother, which gave it to my mother, which gave it to me, and I now have a bunch of them. Plants occasionally have bugs, and occasionally they have funguses, and so we have a table over there that is our hospital. those plants have some type of distress. I try to save them. Most people, when they get those, they throw them away. As you can tell, I don't throw much away.
You know, one of the sort of agreements was, would you teach some of the students? And I started bringing out 2 or 3 at a time, and then it started being 4, 5, and 6, and then those students were teaching other students the knowledge they've learned from Merlin. And our whole goal now is, this is a community greenhouse. We want other experts to also come in here and teach students some of their expertise in gardening, so that it spreads throughout the community, and that it always is a place where not only you can learn how to grow plants, but you can grow the plants and enjoy the plants that you're growing, but also we have vegetables in here, and eat the produce and eat the vegetables that they grow from seed on up, or from propagating and learning from Merlin. So that's been the goal. It's been better than I would have ever expected, but only because of the way that the community has supported it, and people like Merlin who come in and dedicate 7, 8 hours a week in helping our students out.
We have a variety of peppers. I like hot peppers. We have some habaneros, we have some Scotch bonnets, we have some Thais, we have some jalapenos, and we've had a few challenges where people have challenged each other to go ahead and eat one, and that's caused a little bit of distress, if you will. None of you did that, right? No. Okay. But it was kind of fun to watch the people. I warned them, and I warned them, and I warned them, and they had fun with it anyway.